More than 2 months in Tora prison, but this was no walk to freedom. The three men were kept behind a caged-off dock in the Cairo courtroom, their handcuffs removed only after the lawyer for Mohamed Fahmy petitioned for it. Mohamed Fahmy, Mohamed and Peter Greste are charged with terrorism-related offences, accused of joining a terrorist group, namely the Muslim Brotherhood. The three men and Al Jazeera reject the charges, and their families say they're not fighting this battle alone.
Look, it's been extremely stressful. I mean, but again, we kind of keep reiterating we've just got to stay strong for him. So, you know, it's definitely something that I wouldn't want to wish on anyone.
This is the first time Egypt has prosecuted journalists on terrorism-related charges. The prosecution produced cameras, cell phones and a document said to show the contents of a hard drive, but all of it the sort of equipment that's standard issue for journalists. But witnesses for the prosecution said it provided links to the Muslim Brotherhood. Speaking in his defence, Mohamed Fahmy said he could never possibly betray his country. The defence was able to cross-examine only one of the prosecution witnesses.
The most important of these testimonies was that of a national security officer who was in charge of investigating the journalists. From the questions directed to him by the lawyers of defendants, it can be said that the accusations directed towards these three defendants have completely collapsed.
Al Jazeera English says the case against its staff is absurd.
The charges against our staff are totally baseless, without substance, and we refute them absolutely. Mohamed, Peter and Bahar are world-class journalists and were simply doing their job, covering all sides of the story in Egypt. To continue to keep them behind bars after such a long time in detention is simply outrageous. So we're continuing to call for their immediate release.
The three journalists will be back in this cage on the 24th of March. Al Jazeera demands their immediate release. Mereana, Al Jazeera.